Hello group, this is Fidel Sandoval and I am sharing with you my capstone projects. I am analyzing the problem number 3, artificial intelligence and machine learning, a tool for Juvo's financial inclusion in the telecom industry. I will go through this presentation very fast because I also want to share with you my capstone project document. Introduction. Juvo is a relatively new startup, 5 years old. Its model is a business to business and also a business to consumer model. Uh, it focuses on people with a prepaid mobile plan, and it has partnerships with mobile carriers to do that. They consider they have a market of 5 billion customers. Out of these 5 million customers, 78% are the target, which are the ones who are on a prepaid mobile plan. And also the product offered by Juvo is subject to regulations such as GDPR and Data Protection Act 2008. Use strategy, they want to create a path to financial identity for their customers. The slogan is to create the just economy, and they claim to include those excluded people that are actually credit worthy. Juvo visualizes to be a player that could create financial services over a mobile phone, and by doing that, they can offer that to mobile carriers as a way to reinvent the mobile carriers could reinvent themselves and to branch out into financial services. Juvo Up is the acquisition platform for clients. In this product, what Juvo does is offers a small loans to the clients in form of minutes, and once these clients pay back, then Juvo offers rewards and also on taps more services and to these clients, and by doing this they start to creating the credit history of the client. With Juvo IQ, this is an structured credit information and also information gathered from the mobile carriers. And once Juvo has this information, they can offer more services to the clients, such as um, financing a mobile device or also microloans, not only now in terms of minutes, but now in terms of money, insurance, and also purchases through the carrier billing. Juvo Plus is, let's say, the last stage or the premium product of Juvo, in which they have already created the credit history or the credit records of the clients, and they can offer them this information, this product, to financial institutions or banks, and also offer this information to mobile carriers for them to create services and products that could fulfill the expectation of such customers. By doing this, Juvo then offers more clients to banks and financial institutions, and these financial institutions create products and services that are then consumed by the clients. Well, I will go through the SWOT analysis, just highlighting those aspects that I consider the most relevant. In the case of the strengths for Juvo, I see the partnerships that Juvo has with the mobile carriers, the model, which is a business to business to consumer model. In the weaknesses, we have a model that is relying on partnerships with carriers. In the opportunities, the market is large. because we are talking about all these people that are on a mobile prepaid plan all around the world, all those individuals who are financially excluded. Okay. And in threats, I would say that the product that you was trying to acquire, which is a credit record, or all these credit transactions, are subject to regulations in the different countries and states. Porter's five forces analysis, competition in the industry. Uh, the competition for Juvo is very large, as it wants to target two uh, type of business: credit score and analytics, and personal lending. Potential of new entrants into the industry. Well, the entry barriers for Juvo are very low, and its business model can be easily replicated. Power of suppliers. Well, the suppliers are mobile carriers for Juvo, and well, they are very large, so they have a lot of power. Um, it's worth to mention that these mobile carriers could not see Juvo as a threat or as a disruptor. I consider they could see Juvo as an aggregator, and in the future time they could attempt to acquire Juvo. Power of the customers. Well, customers can be loyal to Juvo whenever they are creating their credit records. But once the credit record is created and this client has a financial identity, this client may opt out from Juvo and then enroll with another company of the same kind of Juvo, or move with a mobile carrier in the future. The threat of substitute products. Well, as I said, Juvo's business model is easily replicable, and I consider that all those fintechs that are in the business of offering micro lending, what actually are doing is creating a credit record of the clients. So the product of Juvo is one in many. This is the summary of my strategic plan, but I would like to talk about this in my uh, capstone project. Hello group, this is my capstone project document. I will go through it to share it with you. Well, this is the introduction. Just take a look to it. More of what we've been talking about through the presentation. And this is my proposed plan of action. I structured this plan into three um, pillars. So first one, regulation and location. Jugo, as long as the product that is offered by Jugo is basically in the client's information, you will need to acquire or create a strong legal muscle to get advice, to get expert advice in every of the markets, in every of the countries or states or provinces in which he wants to incurse. Um, One of the proposals is to create a disclosure of the views of the credit records, and also try to identify if, according to the regulation, or even if the regulation is not present, identify the possibility for Juvo to become the owner of these credit records, of this credit history. By doing that, Juvo will maintain the clients with them, and these clients will not try to leave Juvo. The other pillar is partnerships. Partnerships, the business model is strongly tied to partnerships. So Jugo needs to fasten these relationships with mobile carriers. Okay, look for exclusive partnerships if possible in every of the markets. This represents also a challenge because most the largest mobile carriers, they have a vast presence or vast coverage around the globe. So that means that Yugo needs to provide the same coverage. Um, Identify which mobile carriers actually look into diversify its business to offer financial services, and then the final product or Jugo needs to be offered by this needs to be offered to these mobile carriers. If these mobile carriers are not willing to branch out into financial services, then the product created by Jugo can be offered to financial institutions or banks. However, part of the business model of Jugo is to create that once they create the credit record, they need to create products and services for that newly created market. And to do that, Jugo needs to partnership with financial institutions and banks to create those products and services, and then make these products and services available to the clients. So this is a challenge. Um, Product and manufacturing. I consider that Chivo product, as I said, the creation of the credit record is one in many, because many other fintechs are doing that, but probably they are not targeting the same way as Juvo is trying to do. But I made a research and I found fintech very alike to what Juvo is trying to do. The name of this fintech is Tala, and what they do is basically the client downloads the application into the mobile. The application requests access to completely all information in the mobile. And with algorithms of artificial intelligence, this Tala application could infer if this person is credit worthy or not by using information in messages, in WhatsApp, in Facebook profiles, in calls, in geolocalization. By doing all this information, Tala could create a credit profile in minutes. And if we talk hard, this is the same product as Juvo is creating. It, of course, has a difference. The profile created by Tala took minutes, and the profile created by Juvo takes around 6 months. Another key difference is that the profile created by Juvo is real because it, it is the result of all the transactions, all, all the steps that the client took in the past from going from one small loan into a larger loan. So that means that this profile is proven, is very, very reliable as opposed to other profiles from other fintechs. So this is the difference, or this could be the this could be the differentiator. So Juvo has to work on that. And how can Juvo do that? Well, I consider they need to use an approach alike, as I said, to the Talas application, and trying to reduce this time to market of the product. Taking this by reducing this time to market of the product, then you could hold a product which is highly reliable, but in a reduced time. Okay, conclusion. Juvo's product is subject to legislation, so they need to have a strong legal advice. So they need to build a strong legal department inside the company. They need to take advantage of the regulation and also take advantage of the non-presence of the regulation. It depends on the country. It depends on the state. It depends on the part of the world in which Juvo is trying to encourage. Um, Juvo faces the possibility of conflict between two of the customers, it is to say, the financial institutions and also the mobile carriers. So they need to solve this uh, possible conflict by um, try to target from the beginning which of these two customers they want to provide the final product. I mean, the credit records. Um, and also, whenever possible, in those cases or in those markets or countries in which Jugo has the opportunity to create a partnership or a relationship with a um, financial institution or a bank, then Jugo needs to do that and start creating a laboratory like the one we study in the Eastern Bank case, and start to create products and services and make them available. They need to start creating the experience in financial terms, because Jugo also lacks of financial expertise. And finally, Jugo needs to differentiate the product by accelerating the time to market. Well, I hope you can